period from a team standpoint? Obviously,
I think I'm glad we had a 2-goal lead and we had Ticker in net. That's what I think of the third period. I mean, it was Ticker's show from that point. Starting right away, I'm pretty certain we gave up more quality chances against on the power play in the third than we did in the first 2 periods, 5-on-5. And so it was just the start of that. I mean, that was not the way to start the period, and we were reeling all the way through, but battled all the way through. We complicated a lot of things that probably could have been simpler, and on that side of it, I guess it's a credit, but not the way you'd like to play the third period.
How close were the first 2 periods to what you want to see out of a road game?
They were. I liked our first 2 periods. Again, we limited quality chances. I mean, the chances that we did give up were not of high quality, which was really good. It was like we had a 2-0 lead and we wanted to try to score more, and they came and elevated. And so the first 2 periods, I think, even when we go back and look at it, you're on the road. Those are decent road periods, aside from some minor things that we could look at. But the third was totally different, obviously.
How much does Dustin's mentality kind of just help him? I mean, he was just in here and you wouldn't know he just made 45 saves. He just seems to keep an even keel.
Yeah, we have to do that as a team. You can't go through ups and downs, and the teams and players that manage ups and downs better than the next are, progress, and he exemplifies that. He never gets too high, never gets too low, and it's a great quality to have, especially in that position.
Is that another level you saw for him tonight, or is it more?
Yeah, I think it probably was another level just because of the volume of and intensity. Again, the pandemic, we didn't have people in the building. The emotion in the building tonight, you guys were here, was incredible. We couldn't hear on the bench at times. Guys couldn't hear what we were saying. It was so loud. So, yeah, that was another level based, if you're looking at, last season and this season. By virtue of that and the intensity and emotion, and he was as stable as could be.
As a coach, how do you get a better response when an opponent has a surge like the Penguins did, especially on the road when you do have that energy and the emotion?
I guess a better response to their energy. We responded in the sense of, we didn't. I talk to our team a lot about not being fearless. I think we'll have to talk about being smarter, but I give our guys credit; they were fearless. Like we didn't panic, even though we could have done things a lot more efficient. We backed off some pressure, and you give any good player a little bit extra time. That's all they need. It's instinctive at that point. They sense they have time, and they made plays. A lot of them were favors. And again, I'm not discrediting them because they came hard, they worked hard, but we backed off some pressure that opened up a lot of opportunity for them. It's actually easy to close and easy to look at, and then the correction has to follow. But it's easy to look at and see. So we'll review that, and hopefully we're better.
Anyone else?
Now, you spoke about the power play giving us some chances in the third period. As you looked at it, have you been able to pinpoint why it was happening?
Whew. That's anybody's. I mean, we could all have an opinion on that, but lack of concentration, lack of focus, and again, Paul, we're up 2-0, so you don't have to score on the power play. You really just read and react. We didn't read and react. We didn't take what was given. We I don't know how you'd say it or describe it. We just started doing what we wanted to do, and obviously they came hard and they outworked us. And I mentioned you spoke and asked about the power play a couple of days ago. I said we have to work as hard as we do 5-on-5 on it, and they had 4 and they outworked us. So when you don't have that as a foundation, that work ethic, and you're getting outworked, it's going to look ugly, and it certainly did in my estimation.
Now, on the other side of the coin, all of a sudden you got two really good rushes up ice that wound up in breakaways. The second one got you a power play and a penalty. What flipped there that all of a sudden, bang, bang, you got up ice? And
Yeah, any time a team comes at you that hard, they're vulnerable to breakaways and 2-on-1s. And we kept repeating that on the bench. If you see through, you do your job, you're gonna have a breakaway, you're gonna have a 2-on-1, and it's inevitable. It's you just if you can execute what you need to, and they're overextending, you'll get those opportunities. So those really weren't much of a surprise in a game like that. You just have to be ready for them.
That's all on Zoom.
Okay, have a great night, all.